Hey everybody, this is 5 Minutes with Ben. I'm Ben, and often I get asked a lot of the same question when I stream, and if I'm at tournaments and in my dreams and I see it in the sky. People ask me, is there a difference between playing chess online and playing in real life? And there's actually a lot of differences. And this game shows what one of them is. Okay, this is Daniel Dardha. He has the white pieces, and he's playing Magnus Carlsen. And this was in a Title Tuesday in 2023. And they got to this position, which likely should be drawn. But, I mean, Magnus is like 200-300 points higher rated than Dardha. So Magnus wants to win, obviously. Okay, so at first they start repeating because, always repeat. Queen b6, king h7, queen b5, king g7, queen b6. Now, if they kept repeating, that would be a rather bad 5 minutes with Ben. That would be like 1 minute with Ben. And since today's Valentine's Day, 1 minute with Ben just isn't enough. So Magnus decided that this video would be interesting for you if he played the move g5. Okay, and it's a blitz game, so since this is move 35, I'm guessing both players had less than 20 seconds. And I think I'm right based on what happened later. Okay, so Dardha took on g5, and then Magnus took on e5 with check. Then they repeated again. Always repeat. Check, check. Okay, then Magnus played for the win again. Queen c3. And he wants to escort his pawn, to become a promote. Okay, now in this position, black is obviously much better because black could possibly queen his b pawn. And white could possibly give perpetual check. So white's playing for a draw. White can never win. And black has good winning chances because the b pawn is getting close to promoting. Okay, so he played queen h6 check. Magnus played the engine move, king g8. And in this position, Dardha made quite a bad move. The problem is, I think now he's losing. Because if he plays g6, which was probably his idea when he played queen h6 check, then Magnus can check, and then take with the queen. Or the pawn. I guess take with the pawn's better. Wow, white's queen is trapped. Wow, black just does this now. So taking with the pawn was better. Okay, so this is winning for black. So Dardha can't play g6 here, which is probably was his intention when he played queen h6 check to try to get a perpetual. Okay, so he took on h4. Reasonable. And Magnus played b3. And now we're going to see the difference between over-the-board chess and online chess. Over-the-board chess, Magnus would win this position. Usually, in online chess, Magnus would also win, but this isn't one of those usually times. Dardha, his move is tricky, and it's really good if your opponent pre-moved, which Magnus did, but it's actually a good move anyway. I don't think he was trying to trick Magnus. I think this was his last chance. So Dardha played the best move here, and maybe he's losing, but this actually gives him perpetual check chances. So this is the best move. And I guess Magnus thought whatever white does, I'm going to play b2. Now that's a bad pre-move because his opponent could play queen d4, but he figured his opponent wouldn't play queen d4 because I take it and then I queen, so white wouldn't do that. Although if black's going to pre-move b2, then we can move the queen anywhere that attacks the black queen and hope that black pre-moves. I don't think white was hoping black pre-moved. I think this is actually the best move. He played g6. And this opens up, avenues for white's queen to start checking and for my pawn to start checking and trying to get a perpetual check. So here, black should take on g6. Then white would play queen d8 check, and Magnus would try not to get perpetualed, and maybe that's a draw. I don't know. In fact, let me see what the engine says about whether white has drawing chances now. Yeah, the engine says this position is a draw. g6 was the only move. So he wasn't trying to trick Magnus. He just tried to get perpetual check, and g6 actually draws the game. There's no way black can play to get a winning position. White has too many checks. Okay, Magnus obviously pre-moved, and his pre-move wasn't good. He played the move b2, obviously over the board after g6. If he was looking at the board, he wouldn't play b2, but this is the internet, and sometimes you pre-move when you both have less than 10 seconds. I don't know how much time they had, but it was probably very little. And unfortunately for Magnus, queen h7 check, and he can tell his friends he beat Magnus Carlsen by checkmating him. Magnus resigned, but after king f8, I have mate. So sometimes pre-moves work and you win on time, and sometimes your pre-moves are blunders and your opponent wins immediately. Okay, so I'm sure Eric Rosen will be very proud of g6 and then queen h7 check. If you're going to beat Magnus, if it's on a pre-move or a mouse slip, good enough. So congrats to Daniel Dardha, who won the unwinnable queen and pawn ending, or so I thought. I'm Grandmaster Ben Finegold. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time with more 5 Minutes with Ben. Bye.